Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to League 1, Season 15, Week 2. We start this evening with a neutral site game in the Meadowlands between number 25 Notre Dame and number 3 Syracuse University, followed by Navy at Texas Tech. So we'll begin with a quick look at the Notre Dame roster with the head coach of the Syracuse Orange, Coach Spectre. Coach.
Thank you, Coach Ninja. Coach Spectre here, the coach of the Orange, taking on a game Notre Dame team led by quarterback Avery Davis. He's an unusual specimen with his low agility and acceleration and very high speed. He did get 60 yards rushing in their first game, so he might take off and he might be dangerous. Little information there is different. Tony Jones and Dion McIntosh provide a good stable of starting halfbacks. Eric Harvey is an excellent fullback, and some decently sized wide receivers, although Harris lacking a little bit in speed. Armstrong from the slot position should be able to rub the genie's lamp a couple of times. Cole Kmet and Brock Wright, little used at the tight end position, although excellent. Hainsey, an 89 left tackle, a 94 left guard, a true freshman 79 center, combined with a 90 right guard and a 91 right tackle, lead a solid A offensive line. Khalid Kareem is going to be out today. That's a significant injury for the Irish, as middle linebacker Jonathan Jones will bring a little bit extra speed, but very little strength and very little awareness at that left end position. We hope to be able to take advantage of that when possible. Adekunbo Ogundeji, the right end, going to be playing on the opposite side, and Hinish and Chambers, along with Tagovailoa at defensive tackle. Deshaun Simpson at left outside linebacker. And there's Jonathan Jones starting middle linebacker. So let's take another look at left end, and it looks like it'll be Jared Manson, a 74 freshman. So much slower, but a little bit closer in strength, losing 43 points in awareness though. Back to the linebacker core once again. Deshaun Simpson at 88, Jonathan Jones at 91, and Dennis Carlton rounding out an A-plus linebacking core, averaging 90 or above. Albert Jones, Casey Anderson leading off the secondary, along with Kyle Green, a true freshman 80. Very dangerous, very quick, young up-and-comer there. Owusu Koramoah, the strong safety, looks like he might come in sometimes in dime or quarter packages. Isaiah Robertson, a solid free safety, and Devin Studstill, along with Owusu Koramoah, rounding out the secondary. Good kicking unit. Shane Johnson, an 81 kicker, and Jeremiah Walker, an 88 punter. And that gives you an insight into Notre Dame. There's one small chink in the armor at left end, but it is a true freshman 74. There's one small chink on the offensive line. It's a true freshman 79. So we'll see how those two kids play in those two positions. We're definitely going to take a look at them. Outside of that, we're going to have to avoid mistakes against what is otherwise a stacked Fighting Irish roster. Thanks for joining us here for this first game of this doubleheader. We hope you'll stick with us throughout. It's going to be a good night of football here, and I'll turn it over to the voice of Syracuse football, Coach Ninja.
All right, thank you, Coach. As we now kick off, Notre Dame 0-1, losing their first game in Week 1 of the season, as they prepare for this neutral site game at the Meadowlands. 97 overall for the Fighting Irish. They're saying that their defense not quite as good as their offense. Syracuse, on the other hand, 99s across the board. After one game, Notre Dame has actually a number of, let's see, they got two 27ths in the country at 28 and 31, and two 29ths in the country at yards per game and passing yards per game. 20th in the country rushing and 30th in the country at rushing defense. On the other side of the ball, 7th in the country in points per game with 42 points in their first game and 28 points against. 20th in the country there for the Orange. A clear day here in the Meadowlands.
NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Got a couple of ranked teams set to square off. I would not advise either of them to come in half-stepping in this one. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming up next with Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I will see you at halftime.
One of the most storied legacies in the history of college football.
I started my coaching career, I had a dream. And every decision that I made, that I will be the head football coach at Syracuse University. Undefeated, untied.
1959 national champions.
Syracuse has scored an undefeated season, and the team carries Ben Schwartzwalder off the field.
It's going to be the greatest victory that you kids have ever had.
Dozens of the most prolific and impactful players in the game. The first African American to win the Heisman Trophy. 6 members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 53 All-America selections.
We need to make this place the hardest place to play in the country. We need you, we need everyone. This is our state, our town, our team, and we gotta win now. Go Orange!
Spanning more than 10 successful seasons and covering the country from California, Ohio, North Carolina, and Virginia. This is League1 NCAA football.
Don't you let anyone steal history away from you.
Since 1889, this is Syracuse football.
Time after time, he just avoids the mistakes.
Schumacher takes the return out to the 14-yard line to begin the game for the Orange. And after some pregame adjustments and some personnel package movement, Tommy Tanuvasa and the Orange take the field. 5 wide receivers for Tanuvasa on the left hash in the Meadowlands. He scrambles out. He waits for it. Custis has it. They get 27 yards through the air to the slant on the first down, and the man left of Custis almost had a great downfield block if he'd had his head up. But it was a great play by Custis. Catch the ball, great play by Tanuvasa. They are now 9 yards short of midfield. Tanuvasa scrambling out of the pocket. Ooh, and the defender fades back and gets his hands up and deflects the ball. It's 2nd and 10 on the 41.
We could be talking about national awards.
Number 30 comes in at quarterback.
Shotgun offset, handoff to Neal. They get a 4-yard gain. It's now 3 and 6. Yes, indeed, Leon, that would be silly. I thought it was. I couldn't remember what their rank was, and I didn't think it was important to tell you that Syracuse was a good team. I thought you knew that.
3rd down and 6 yards to go. Ball on the 45.
All right, 4 down linemen against 5 wide receivers here on 3 and 6. Just before 7 minutes. Tanuvasa with the scramble after the look to the slant receiver got jammed with the press. Tanuvasa waits until his drag route clears the defender out, and he gets the first down now in enemy territory. Wide trips here against, looks like a 4-3. Tanuvasa with the quarterback keeper. He had dodges inside and spins to get 6 yards. It looked like a slot defender was closing on him, and he moved past him for another extra 3 there.
Second and 4. Ball on the 38-yard line.
And this is the shotgun split. Big 2 tight ends, 2 halfbacks. Wide receivers out right. Metcalf from the right side halfback moves in an angle route out of the backfield. He gets 3 yards and is tackled close to the line of advance. It's 3rd and 1. Five wide receivers now for the Orange. Tanuvasa being chased. He gets past the first down marker and slips between 2 defenders for 10 yards. But he did have to book it quickly, as one of the defenders did break through.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 25.
Spread offset now, and we see we see still Tanuvasa. Oh no, Tarkenton. I'm sorry. Tarkenton, the new backup quarterback, as hands off to Mo Neal, who gets 8. Tarkenton, the quarterback of the future, getting some early reps handing off the ball strategically, a move that Syracuse makes to grow their young players. Rex Culpepper still on the roster as the dedicated backup quarterback should something happen to Tanuvasa. And a defensive blitz gives an opening for Lofton to slip between man coverages. Heads up play throwing into the blitz. Touchdown, Orange. Hofrichter with the punt deep into the end zone. McIntosh takes the knee. Single back and a tight end here for the Irish. Looks like it's a shotgun normal halfback week. Jones Jr. in the backfield. Green forcing a play to the check down man. Jalen Harris on the curl route has space, gets tackled just past the line of scrimmage, and the Irish are running a hurry up. This time tight end and halfback are on the short side of the field, and Henderson Jr. with the heads up play. Second play of the game for the Irish. The middle linebacker jumps and snatches the ball. He's playing zone smartly in the middle, as the man coverage is also tight on the slant receiver. Short field again, starting inside the opponent's 40. Tanavasa in the pocket. Lofton, late. 18 yards and first down. Already on the move, Tommy Tanavasa and the Orange. Enjoy your dinner, Leon. Coach says he hopes it's got lots of garlic as we see the split big here as the clock ticks down just outside the red zone. Tommy Tanuvasa keeps it. He breaks the outside and bang, bang, 2 plays. And a pick in 2 plays make it a 2-score game halfway through the first here for the Syracuse Orange. And we see the ace here, Jones in the backfield, Harris in motion, stops in the slot. Team tackling keeps Jalen Harris to a 6-yard gain as we continue to see hurry up from Notre Dame on their own 32 here. They make a handoff to Jones Jr. and has a wide opening. And he's going to go all the way. It looks like one of the defenders was tripped by the ref. But that was a great run. And if you look at the left side of the field, yeah, they don't animate the ref on that play. And it brings it back to a 1-score game after a phenomenal run by Jones Jr. through a chasm. Allworth catching it in the paint, takes it out, goes to the right side, slips a defender. He's past the 40. 49-yard return to the 47-yard line. It's a great return and just shy of enemy territory. Handoff to Neal up the middle. Looks like they expected a quarterback keeper, and it wasn't. And he gets 7 yards on the run and enemy territory.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on the second down.
Shotgun wide trips from just beside the right hash. Mo Neal, another run, another 5 yards, this time getting a first down on the 41-yard line now. This time we see the split offset, no tight ends, still 2 backs. Tanuvasa keeps it, pitches it back to Neal, and it gets fumbled, but Neal is heads up and gets on top of it, narrowly averting a bad miss. It's a loss of 3 yards on the recovered fumble. Tanuvasa scrambling out, ditches one defender, steps out of bounds, pursued by a Bear, but he gets the first down. And a little bit more. Now the 25-yard line.
From the 25-yard line, first down.
They're crowding the center this time on defense. 2 D tackles, real tight in there. But Mo Neal with the angle route and the spin. They call it 10 yards, but he's just shy of the marker. It's second and very short. Every coach's favorite down and distance here on the 15-yard line.
Syracuse is up 7.
In the eye now, twin tight ends. Hand off to Neal. 2 yards, gets the first down. Mo Neal, 5 for 26 so far, now to the 14-yard line.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 14.
3 down linemen, linebacker up on the line of scrimmage on the left. He reads on the back, and the quarterback runs it upfield for 5 yards, eventually stopped by the closing safety. 2nd and 5 now from the 9.
This is the 8th play of this drive.
The Irish return to 4 down linemen as we see the spread offset from the orange. And it's a handoff to Neal. He gets met by a blitzing linebacker. It's a loss of 2. 3rd and 7, less than 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
To go. Ball on the 11.
Shotgun wide trips here on the left NFL hash. Tanuvasa scrambles out. Doesn't like anything. Gets tackled at a loss of 4. It's now 4th and 11 to begin the second quarter. On the 15-yard line, they send out Hofrichter and the kicking unit.
Set to start the second quarter. Syracuse up 7 points. Kicks up.
Excellent red zone defense by Notre Dame. Holds Syracuse to 3 points on their 3rd possession. As Hofrichter kicks it off again. And McIntosh bends the knee in the end zone.
It was a pretty one-sided first quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised if things changed in a big way.
Down by 10 to begin the possession, and the Irish come out with 4 wide receivers and a tight end. And the quarterback gets the ball off just as he's being hit, but Jafar Armstrong makes the slant, catches it for 10 yards. They call it 2nd and inches.
They come out in a 5-wide set.
As Green is nanoseconds short. Davis this time with lots of time. He goes to right, and great blocking means that Wright takes 4 guys to take him down. Brock Wright gets 30 yards. 91, second tight end, Brock Wright. As we see hurry up out of the 5 wide. And Wright again, 16 yards and a first down this time. And Scoop Bradshaw heads up play to get his hands on it for the deflection. 2nd and 10 now on the 20. As the Irish elect to go to the huddle and change some personnel.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 20.
And another almost sack, but Michael Young gets to it, and that's almost a pick as well. It's now 1st and goal from the 2.5. Into a sea of hands, and Young comes down with it as a miracle. But Tony Jones Jr., the handoff, loses 2 yards. It's 2nd and goal now from the 4. Another huddle and a new package for the Irish.
Just inside the 5. 2nd down. This defense not wanting to give an inch here.
Another handoff. And they call it short after a 4-yard gain from the 4. It's 3rd and goal from a 1.5 feet. Ooh, and the quick pass out to the uncovered tight end, Cole Kmet, gets the touchdown.
I like the call here. Well executed by the offense. You want to be sure you get 6 points when you're this close to the goal line.
Trying to get within a field goal. They'll try the point after. He makes the PAT. So that's an 8-play, 76-yard drive. And they add 7 points to the scoreboard.
And with that extra point, Notre Dame pulls within 3. And it's a 14-3 run for Notre Dame, as Allworth makes it out only to about his own 16. .6:30 remain in the half.
There hasn't been too much daylight between these two teams.
Tenuvasa comes out, 5 wide receivers.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
In the pocket, doesn't like it, waiting. Launches it deep. Lofton has to go under it, but with nobody lining the left sideline, that's a 45-yard play.
First and 10 with the defense trying to regroup after giving up the big pass. Syracuse.
Shotgun spread here. Tarkenton hands off to Neal, who gets 7 yards on the running play up the middle. 2nd and 3 now for the Orange in enemy territory. Back-to-back handoffs to Neal get the first down after the big passing play.
Well, that's a strong run. It makes a statement when you can run the ball like that.
Shed block stops Mo Neal running to the outside for no gain on first down. Tanuvasa now comes out in the flex bone. Neal out of the backfield gets 8. Or should I say, playing the wing back position there off of the right tackle. And Mo Neal with the check down to Richards, the Tyrell Richards, the fullback, because the first look tight end was covered and the defense was closing, but Richards was wide open, and he muscles through the covering corner to get an 11-yard gain to make it 1st and goal now from the 5. We've crossed the halfway mark now in the second quarter. Shotgun split offset, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Tanuvasa keeps the ball, gets a 2-yard gain, is tackled by a linebacker.
And this play is number 8 on the drive.
They call it 3, but it's more like 2.5 there.
They come out in an empty backfield.
2nd and goal now with an empty backfield. Tanuvasa scrambling out, crosses the width of the field and goes up for the touchdown.
By the power of Grayskull. Became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret. An 8-play, 84-yard drive, and a touchdown to result. So our score, 24-14.
And with the extra point, it's a 10-point ball game again with 3:14 to go. Deep in the end zone, Notre Dame can't even elect to take the touchback because the returner's foot is out of bounds. A new offensive formation for the Irish as they come out of the huddle. 2 halfbacks here and a shotgun split. And they go to Armstrong over the middle, who quickly gets sandwiched between 2 linebackers. And Davis just throws it out of bounds to make it 3rd and 3.
Especially when the defense starts to get pressure, you got to either get rid of that football or check it down or take off and run with it. 3rd down.
2 tight ends, halfback on one side. One of the tight ends moves into the slot. And Green forces back-to-back throws out of bounds. 4th and 3 now from their own 32, and they send out the punting unit.
Schumacher is back awaiting the punt.
And that is a 3 and out late in the second quarter for the Orange.
they were going to be able to move the ball against this defense. And I think right now, I think they seem to, as I said earlier, they seem to be growing with their confidence with each possession.
They got into the end zone last time. Let's see if they can match that on this possession.
Syracuse now with 2:43 and 3 timeouts. Neal out of the backfield, catches it for 4 yards and is clotheslined to the ground by number 45.
Being able to make their reads and getting out of their breaks, and the quarterback put the ball right on the mark.
From their own 31-yard line. Second down.
And now we see the split offset for the Orange. Tanuvasa keeps it, elects not to pitch, and it's a 1-yard gain on 2nd and 5. The window to pitch closed very rapidly there for Tanuvasa. Shotgun wide, trips. Tanuvasa scrambles out. Lofton catches it, has to cross back across the line and bring the ball forward to ensure first down, as Tanuvasa threw under the run and did not have as much loft under it as he would have liked.
From their own 38-yard line. First down.
5 wide receivers now on first down. Tanuvasa out of the pocket.
On the run.
Just stop running. You did it again.
First throw. This one's picked off. He's taken down at the 47-yard line.
What kind of call is that? With a big lead, you're throwing the football, and the interception here could end up causing.
And and the wide receiver stops his route, leaves a defender in the area who makes the pick.
First down.
Notre Dame in enemy territory.
He's under pressure.
Williams, 16 yards.
Job here by the receiver. Look the ball.
Less than a minute and a half as they hurry up.
Catch a pass.
McIntosh, 7 yards, tackled in bounds. Live clock.
These guys are getting very tight on their timing.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on second down.
Timeout there to stop the clock on 2nd and 3. Shotgun normal halfback weak, and Green, again, Avery Davis, last second gets the ball away into the stands.
Only to have this defense get to him. He's got to do a better job maybe feeling things out a little bit, but at least he has the awareness and the toughness to sit in that pocket.
Now they're out in the ace. At a minute 15, one of the tight ends moves into the slot. It's a handoff. Jones Jr., they call it a 3-yard gain. It's 4th and inches.
This is a good call by the defensive coordinator. He guessed run, and when the offense came with it, his guys were in position to make the stop.
And the Irish are going to put a field goal unit on the field,
It's 4th down. So
having stopped the clock with one of their own timeouts.
and they can make this a one
The
possession.
Syracuse expect to have about a minute 10.
The kick is up.
And the field goal attempt is wide to the left.
Trying to compensate for a
Relief on the turnover. No cost but time and a timeout. A big relief after the pick.
They threw a pick the last time out. Should be interesting to see what they do this time.
Tanuvasa comes out in the eye now.
the same game plan as before. You don't make changes after one.
Throws it to Richards, the tight end,
Caught by the fullback. Tackled.
who gets a 4-yard gain, and timeout is called as he's tackled in bounds. The check down to the fullback.
From their own 26-yard line. Second down.
Once again, the eye. Lofton playing tight end, 12 yards, steps out of bounds at 1 minute.
Good hands, and he's tough to bring down. He showed right there that he can make something big happen.
The Orange a minute away from going into the half ahead. Lofton, 16 yards, tackled inbounds. And that causes the Orange to hurry up into enemy territory. Tanuvasa doesn't like it. Throws it out of bounds before he gets sacked. Shotgun normal, halfback weak here. Moneal on the angle. 6 yards, tackled inbounds, 3rd and 4. Syracuse spends their final timeout. They're on their opponent's 40-yard line. They've got 47 seconds left in the half. It is Notre Dame ball to begin the third. Custis with the 5-yard out gets first down. It's going to stop the clock momentarily, but he was tackled inbounds. 43 seconds live right about now. And quick snap. Tanuvasa scrambles out of the pocket. Doesn't like it. Throws the ball away out of bounds. Costs only 7 seconds. 2nd and 10 on the 35-yard line. And the Orange return to the eye. Tanuvasa scrambling. He gets out of bounds at 3rd and inches. 30 seconds to go. Shotgun spread here. Handoff is to Neal. Gets a great gain to the 15. 26 seconds. 1st and 10. Clock starts when the ball is spotted.
This is the 10th play of this drive.
Live clock now. Syracuse without any timeouts. Throws the ball out of bounds to stop the clock at the 16-second mark. $16 seconds, 15 yards. No timeouts. Empty wide receivers against 4 down linemen. Tanuvasa scrambling. Seconds are ticking down. 1st and goal now, 10-second mark. As the defense played prevent, let him get the first down and not the touch. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Not a whole lot of time to get the touchdown for the Orange. But you know they want to, coming out in the shotgun split offset. And the angled and Neal runs into wide open space to sneak in the touchdown with 7 seconds to go in the half.
Do it now. Told you, do it now. Let's go.
It's a game of streaks so far. First with Syracuse going up 14-0, and then Notre Dame having a 14-3 run. And since then, another 14-0 run for the Orange, that was broken in the middle by a missed field goal by Notre Dame, as they now send 2 tight ends and a single back out. Looks like, yes, the ace for their 7-second play. They hand the ball off to Jones Jr., who gets 3 yards, and they let the half end.
We played a half of football. Syracuse leads 31-14.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis, Dave Pollock here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. It's all about perspective. Everybody who loves offense loved that first half. Lots of big plays, explosive plays. Offenses really got into the rhythm. But then there's the responsible opposing view, finding all the things that went wrong on the defensive side.
Yeah, it's twofold. You know, there's an offense and there's a defense, and at some point,
I'm glad you've noticed that.
Yeah, well, I didn't notice it in the first half, but I wanted
one side in the first half.
I'd like to notice more of it in the second half, and it's as simple. When a wide receiver catches a slant at 7 yards and takes it 70, there's a problem. Somebody needs to hit the guy. Somebody needs to be a little bit physical. Somebody needs to be willing to tackle the guy and bring him to the ground. Too many missed tackles, too many explosive plays, and if you play defense like that, you should probably look in behind you and say, I think I'm going to get the other guy in because he's got to be better than this guy that started.
That's it for us here in the studio. What are you going to do in the second half of the game?
Yeah, I'm going to kick back and watch all these monitors.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on around the country right now. Time for the second half with Brad and Kirk.
And yet both teams forced to kick field goals, and Notre Dame punted, so I'm not sure what game they were watching. Yes, some explosive plays, but some quality defense as well, as we take a quick look at the halftime stats for you. 31-14 is the halftime score in the Meadowlands. 16-5 in first downs. 340 to 198 total offense. Syracuse is 23 for 144 and 2 touchdowns rushing. The Irish are 5 for 77 and 1 touchdown, the bulk of that being the halfback's first run for 70-plus yards and a touchdown. On the passing side, Syracuse is 16 for 21, 2 touchdowns, 196 yards. Irish are 10 for 15 and 1 touchdown for 122. Big difference in third down conversion percentage, where the Orange 6 for 7, 85%, and the Irish 1 for 3, 33%. Red zone, both teams at 100%. Both teams 1 turnover. It was a pick. Time of possession squarely in the favor of Syracuse Orange with 13:07 compared to Notre Dame's 2:53. Tommy Tanuvasa is 16 for 21, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's a 76% and a 12.2 yard average for a 176 rating. Tanuvasa is also 13 for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground with a long of 22. Mo Neal, 10 touches on the ground for 49 yards. Receiving, Lofton has 113 in the first half and 1 touchdown. Neal has 4 for 27 and 1 touchdown. Custis 2 for 32, Richards 2 for 15, and Metcalf 2 for 9. Defensively, Foster has 3 tackles, Roll has 3 tackles, Henderson Jr. has 3 tackles and a pick by the senior 94 middle linebacker. Notre Dame, Davis is 10 for 15 for 121, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 66%, 12-yard average, 143 rating. On the ground, Jones is 5 for 77 with a long of 69. That means the other 4 are for a total of 8 yards. Done a good job bottling him up after that first big run. Through the air, spreading it around, 2 to Harris, 2 to Wright, 2 to Armstrong, 1 to McIntosh, Williams, Kmet, and Young, with Kmet getting the touchdown. Defensively, Robertson, the free safety, all over the field, 8 tackles, and Jeremiah Owusu Koromoha, 5 tackles and an interception. From the strong safety, the safeties leading the way here for this Irish defense. And actually just will... And there's your scoring summary. As you see, Syracuse, Notre Dame, field goal, Syracuse, Notre Dame, Syracuse, as we said, game of streaks so far. Thank you for joining us. We'll resume shortly with the second half of this game, followed by Navy at Texas Tech. All right, thank you for joining us. As we kick off this second half, Notre Dame will begin receiving the ball. Davis gets the ball off at the last second, but the wide receiver can't hold on. It's an incompletion.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 25.
And this time, Jafar Armstrong gets the 5-yard out. It's 3rd and 5 as the Irish hurry up. Williams, with the right-to-left slant, gets 14 yards through a gap in the defense. With a handoff to Jones Jr., the defense is waiting for it, stops him for a loss of 3.
It's 2nd and 13. Ball on the 41. A quarterback in the gun.
And the Irish put their 5 wide receiver package on the field. Davis flushed from the pocket. Young, with a late pick play on his defender, gets the first down.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers.
And Green gets into the backfield and forces the incompletion out of bounds. Tight end left, halfback right, and it's a screen that is blown up for a loss of 3. It's now 3rd and very long.
To convert here on another 3rd down.
34 in the backfield now on 3rd and long. Time in the pocket for Davis. And Bailey jumps the route, gets a hand in, and gets a foot down before he gets out of bounds. It's a great play by Champ Bailey. Great play there by Champ Bailey, the underclassman.
He's on the run.
Tanuvasa, trapped in the pocket, gets the ball away into somebody's chest, but nobody grabs it before it hits the dirt. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big escape there for Tommy Tanuvasa after his pocket collapsed. It's now 2nd and 10 from the left hash. Mo Neal catches it out of the backfield, 12-yard gain. It's his 5th reception of the game. He's got 39 yards. The Orange now 5 yards shy of enemy territory. 2 plays after the pick. Shotgun ace. Neal this time another angle route. And with a juke, he gets beyond but does not escape the linebacking core. Neal, looking to the referee, wants the face mask, doesn't get it. Now, enemy territory for the Orange.
It's first down.
Lofton with a great spin move after he catches the ball in between this tight zone coverage. First and 10 now from the 29. Navarro, they call it 1 yard before he stepped out of bounds. And this time Noisy comes from left to right to get 6 to make it 3rd and short. Shotgun Y trips here for the Orange, just outside the red zone. And Lofton, 7 yards on the out fade. Gets to the 14-yard line.
This is the 9th play of this drive. They come out in a 5-wide set.
Lofton wide open downfield.
That was a well-drawn-up play for the wideout. Yeah, they saw something upstairs. They do a touchdown.
And with that, it's now 38-14. Notre Dame down by 28. 24, I'm sorry, 24. Yep, 24. Halfway through the third. Got to believe that they're going to go aggressive now, but they've been running no huddle all game, as we now see them return to 5 wide receivers.
And the offense will take the field, and they're certainly hoping to do better than they did on their last drive, which ended with a turnover.
The first rule on offense is to take care of the football. These guys need to remember that on this drive.
Leroy Williams sandwiched between 2 defenders, but has the angle to get the slant reception for 13 yards. Notre Dame issue the huddle.
Spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook.
Davis, flush from the pocket, hit by Henderson Jr., breaks a couple of tackles. It's an 18-yard gain. His first rush of the game.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
Davis in the pocket. Jalen Harris on the comeback route gets 14 yards and steps out of bounds. Michael Young this time, 19 yards downfield.
They come out in an empty backfield.
Fighting Irish hitting hard, hitting often on this drive. Jalen Harris, 9 yards and a touchdown.
And a nice catch by the receiver for the touchdown.
Anytime you're near the red zone, you got to keep an eye for this guy. They love going to him down here.
And they're going for 2 here as they put 4 wide receivers and a single back on the field.
And the quarterback stays on the field as they try for the 2-point conversion. They're crowding that line of scrimmage. And they won't get the 2. A 5-play, 70-yard drive.
Champ Bailey jarred it loose,
After failing the 2-point conversion.
and the 2-point conversion fails.
The quarterback and the receivers getting in sync, making it very tough for the defense to slow him down.
Excellent kick.
Lance Allworth, 25-yard return just past the 20.
All cylinders, especially here in the third quarter.
Well, they got off to a good start, and they've been able to maintain that, maybe take it to a different level in the third quarter. It's going to require that for them to be able to get out of here with a win.
The offense was able to punch it in the end zone on that last drive. They'll come back out looking for more of the same.
You can bet this defense made some adjustments.
5 wide receivers here for the Orange. Tight coverage. Tanuvasa waiting for it. Allworth on the slant. Finally stayed on his route. Gets a 34-yard big gain.
It's automatic, baby, and it feels good. And it feels so good. Feels good. And it feels so good.
Got it and brought down immediately.
Out of the backfield, 6 yards, now 2nd and 4. Tanuvasa having broken 300 yards passing for the game.
Second down.
As we see 5 wide receivers once again.
Receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun.
Tanuvasa scrambling out into green space on the right.
He decides to run with it.
He gets 9 yards and is hit out of bounds. Not quite to the sideline fast enough. He did get hit. Took a little wind.
From the 29-yard line. First down.
Hand off to Mo Neal. Great big gap and a spin move. Gets 17 yards.
From the 12-yard line. First down.
And Mo Neal out in the flat this time.
He's tackled at the 3-yard
On the touch and go route, and he gets 8 yards. 2nd and 2 now from the 3. A fantastic down and distance. As we now see the shotgun spread flex. And Mo Neal grabs the ball for the touchdown this time. 9th catch of the game.
And for Neal, he gets his 2nd Syracuse is lining up to kick this one off. He just drills this one.
It has become a 25-point game now, as Notre Dame and the Orange trade 6 for 7.
Can they do that now a second time? The last time out, they were able to pick up big chunks of yards through the air. You wonder if they'll go back to that same strategy.
Tight end on the left, halfback on the right in the shotgun. Dexter Manley playing end. And it forces the check down to Jafar Armstrong. It's a 4-yard out. The 3-3-5 defense here for the Orange late in the third. And another miracle pass and catch as the tight end, Cole Kmet, just doesn't want to go down and gets 23 yards. Cole Kmet, that is a big, muscular tight end, I can tell you. Manley forces Davis out of the pocket. Not expecting the up-the-gut run. Davis gets 16, but burns a tank of gas. That's another catch for Kmet, as the defender was looking the wrong way. He pitches to the left, and Tony Jones Jr. just shy of the mark, 2nd and inches.
They're crowding the line.
Kmet motions from left to right. Handoff up the gut is to Jones. He bounces off but gets caught even further back. It's a loss of 5. Third and 5 now from the 13. Either that fullback or that tight end playing offensive line here.
3rd and 5. Ball on the 13-yard line.
5 wide receivers, and a timeout is called by the Orange. 22 seconds to go in the third. Handoff to Jones, and it's a tackle for loss on the attempt to surprise for the run on 3rd and 5. And it forces another field goal attempt from this one from the 17-yard line. And they elect not to take it in time. And they let it go to the 4th. And now at 4th and 8, down by 25 in the 4th, the offense comes out onto the field.
Not sure there's any hope for a comeback here in the 4th quarter, but Kirk and I are praying.
Davis Ooh, gets it to Williams, who is short of the goal line. It's 1st and goal now, as Davis was flushed from the pocket but found time.
We'll have one timeout remaining.
And Syracuse uses a timeout to get their goal line defense onto the field.
It's first down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. A short yardage defense here.
Tackle for loss there, as Notre Dame attempts the run outside to the right.
For such a negative play to happen, loss of yards, it can really have a negative impact on the offense and what they're trying to do.
They're at the 5. 2nd down. They're trying to stop the run.
Heavy sets both sides.
And he has it on the corner.
And Jones Jr. gets 4 yards. It's still 3rd and goal. From the 1 now, as we see a no huddle from the Irish. And Jones gets the touchdown.
Great job of finding the space to run and just bursting in for 6.
And with 7:12 to go in the game, Notre Dame kicks the extra point.
Let's get an update now. Here's Reese Davis. Reese.
The Mustangs were ranked number 6. They hope that performance will move them up in the poll. This game was tighter than spandex on a sumo wrestler. The Mustangs top it off with a 7-point win.
All right, thanks a lot, Reese. Notre Dame kick this one off.
Schumacher on the end zone line, taking it out, but a missed block stops it short.
He's just been excellent on offense in this one, Kurt.
You and I looked at a lot of film this week. It's fun to watch these guys in person. They're not making any mistakes. Great execution. The quarterback's putting the ball on the money.
Starting on their own 17, 7:09 remaining in the game.
Teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense
By 18.
is step it up and make a stop.
Spread flex, handoff to Neal. 8-yard gain up the middle.
25. So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
This is the shotgun Y trips here. Tight end and halfback on the right side. Another handoff to Neal. This time the defense sniffs it out, and it's a loss of 2. 3rd and 4 now on their own 23. Tanuvasa scrambles out, has space.
Under heavy pressure. Tackle made at the 39-yard line.
Gets a great scramble up the seam to the 39.
From their own 39-yard line. It's 1st down.
And another handoff to Neal on 1st down. This one's a 6-yard gain. From the backup quarterback handoff was. 2nd and 4 now. Shotgun split offset against 4 down linemen. Tanuvasa keeps it, pitches it to Neal, who gets tackled for a loss.
The 44-yard line.
There was a man on the quarterback and a man on the pitch man there. And the guy on the quarterback peeled off pretty damn quick. Looked like he made the commit and then didn't. And Custis stops short of the end zone line. There's a flag on the play.
Not sure what the flag is about here. Let's get out of the field and find out.
And that's a big penalty as the refs call clipping. Looks like before the first down was made. Makes it 3rd and 11 now on their own 38 for the Orange. Taking their time in the huddle.
And once again, they'll come to the line, trying to convert on 3rd down.
And getting to the line with a little bit of time. Snapped it at 1 second. Tanuvasa scrambles out. Decides to take it himself. Slides just shy of the opponent's 40. Enemy territory now for the Orange. Another handoff to Neal, another wide open lane, this time for 11 yards. He's 97 yards on 17 carries. As we now see the shotgun split big. Tanuvasa doesn't like the looks, elects to scramble. He gets a 6-yard gain and is taken down by 3 Irishmen.
This is the 10th play of this drive.
2nd and 4 now from the 16 as we see the spread flex again. Handoff to Neal. He muscles through 9 yards and breaks the century mark. Under 3 minutes now as we see a shotgun spread flex. Handoff to Neal again. This is only a 1-yard gain this time as he elects to cut into traffic.
This is the 12th play of this drive.
2nd and goal from the 6. Tanuvasa scrambles and call it a 0-yard gain. It's 3rd and 5 now. Well, still they call it 3rd and 6. But it's ahead of the 2-minute marker, so the clock continues to move. Y trips on the right hash against 4 down linemen. And Owusu Koromorha picks it off in the end zone.
Son of a bitch! If I can't get clean,
And with 1:35 to go in the game, that's the first sack of the game for Green. He's been close a number of times. It's the first time he's made it home. Komet motions from left to right. It's a screen to the right, and it's incomplete. It's now 4th and 18, deep within their own territory, their own 12-yard line. And even under 2 minutes, that's a punt for the Irish. It's a big 3 and out after giving up the pick. I think Miami of Ohio beat Miami by 20 points. Tanuvasa in the eye, and the blitzing cornerback is right there. That's a 6-yard loss. Perfect play, perfect timing by the Irish there. Studzel costs a timeout for Tanuvasa. Now 2nd and 16, 1:04 to play. And that's back-to-back sacks. Third and 24 from their own 46 now.
Third down, and they need to get it to the 21. The quarterback in the gun, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in the formation. Going deep, lays it out.
And the defender, Albert Jones, gets his hands on it, but can't come down with it. As we now see a punt, but this is Anoisi punting the ball.
In a perfect world, he knocks this kick down inside the 10. Punts away.
And it's muffed, but recovered by one of the cover men, who gets about a 6-yard return. 18 seconds, 3 timeouts.
I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there hoping for a miracle.
And down by 18. They need a point a second for the rest of the game, but they hand off to Jones, who gets a 1-yard gain, and they spend a timeout. Cost them 4 seconds. Got them no points.
From their own 32-yard line. Second down. They come out in an empty backfield.
Nothing Davis likes. He throws it out of bounds. 3rd and 9, 10 seconds. And the halfback survives the tackles. Gets the first down. And it looks like we'll see a Hail Mary from the Irish with 2 seconds left.
From their own 47-yard line. First down.
And they called a screen, but it stopped short and inbounds. And the fumbles recovered. Or maybe he never was down. I don't know. But that's the end of the game. As we have a final of 45 to 27. Yeah, 45-27. I think. As the Irish lose to Tommy Tanuvasa and the Orange here in the Meadowlands. 300 yards passing, 100 yards rushing for Tommy Tanuvasa. Another 100 yards on the ground for Mo Neal. Number 3 beats number 25. Notre Dame going to be out of the top 25 next week. An excellent game on offense with a couple of picks, but a stand-up game on defense. Excellent third down percentage against a 97 overall rated team, holding Notre Dame to, I think, 4 out of 9 on third down. A solid game, 105 yards on the ground, 285 through the air. But third down percentage makes a difference as both teams throw 2 picks. Tanuvasa, 178 rating, given the fact that he went 27 for 35, 4 touchdowns to 2 picks. Tanuvasa, 130 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Mo Neal, 107, no touchdowns. Lofton and Neal tied for 9 receptions for 145 and 71 yards, respectively. Henderson Jr. with 7 tackles. The only sack of the game, Green, that came late in the 4th. Thank you for joining us. We'll resume shortly with my Navy midshipman at Texas Tech.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the second game of this League 1 doubleheader. Friday night football action featuring both Syracuse and Navy tonight. You just witnessed the first game of the doubleheader. Number 3 Syracuse besting number 25 Notre Dame by a couple of scores. Now the second game of the nightcap featuring Texas Tech hosting your Navy midshipmen, coached by Coach Ninja. This is Coach Spectre. I'll be providing play-by-play for the midshipmen. But let's turn it over to Coach Ninja and let's let him show you the ins and outs of the team he's facing, the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
As you'll see, a good Red Raiders team here. Unfortunately, we're not going to find out too much about them because, as you'll see, they haven't played yet this season. And most of the guys who we would normally look to see what their yards per game is and things like that weren't starters last year, including Sam Woods here. Now, he's 95 overall. He's got good but not amazing speed, agility, and acceleration, but he's got very good awareness. He's going to be smart. And as you can see, you know, his numbers from last year, he came in as a backup quarterback at some point for one game because he got 198 yards. And rushing, again, 13 rushing attempts for 11 yards. So not a tremendous amount of data there, but a good quarterback that we should be aware of. Sims, similarly, 48 touches last year for 240 yards for an average of 20 a game. He was a backup halfback last year, clearly. Did he receive at all last year? Are we having a problem? No. Okay. So he caught three balls for 31 yards last year. So he could be a catching threat. We don't know. He's got good speed. Does he have hands? He's got quite good hands for a halfback. He's got pretty good hands for a halfback. That's a good fullback if they use him. Again, not a whole lot of data. That's a very good tight end. They did use him last year to the tune of 118 yards a game. He's who we're worried about. But Wesley, also another 40 yards a game. Our main concern at the moment is T.J. Vasher. Morse, nothing to speak of, ever, despite the fact that he is a junior. Offensive line is 85, 83, 86, 94, 82. Not spectacular, but not terrible, with one strong guy there at right guard. Defensively, 86, 84 at end, 87, 82, but not a great third D tackle. 82, 88, 81, solid linebacking core. And at corner, they've got Griffith, who's quite good, but it goes down quickly from there. Newby and Miller are freshman 75s. They've got good awareness, so they'll probably play up a few points. But they're not great yet. They will be. The free safety is an 84, and the strong safety is an 86. So that's a well-rounded defense with no big weaknesses or big, clear, strengths. And youth in a couple spots. So they're going to be dangerous, especially at home. And we're going to get into this and try and make sure that we play the right kind of football and come out with a win. All right. Thanks for joining us. And here's your commentator, Coach Spectre.
We're going to be traveling down to Lubbock, Texas. That is in the northern panhandle of the state of Texas. Unfamiliar territory to many Americans. Not much is said about the northern panhandle. And having been there, there's not much going on besides Texas Tech. So expect a good crowd tonight. They're facing off against a regular bowl team in the Navy Midshipmen, your Navy Midshipmen, coached by Coach Ninja. We see the star players as T.J. Vasher, somebody we talked about in the pregame, along with Woods, the question mark, but yet talented 95 overall quarterback, and Anderson, the highlight of the offensive line, the 94 right guard. Coming into the game for Navy, Malcolm Perry, a 97 overall halfback, the leader of the offense, along with Rawls kicking off the special teams unit, and Amir Lee, the quality tight end.
Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA.
We've got a rainy night here in Lubbock, an unusual scenario. Not common weather for the area this time of year. It's going to slow the field down, and considering that Texas Tech has a little bit more speed than Navy, that could actually work to Navy's advantage to slow the field down a little bit and keep this a little bit more physical game. Quarterbacks like rainy conditions. Defensive backs not knowing the routes are more likely to slip. See the Red Raiders coming in, touching the saddle. We've got Navy football coming up next. Coming to you live from Bob Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. The Big 12 Texas Tech Red Raiders playing host to the American Conference's Navy Midshipmen, led by Coach Ninja, a lifelong member of League 1. Navy will receive the opening kickoff. Into the end zone it goes, and Perry takes the knee. Midshipmen going to come out in the 5 wide. Let's see how the Red Raiders respond. They got 4 down linemen. Looks like a dime or a quarter there. Back to pass goes Reggie Hayes. Finds the drag route to Richards. He picks up 8 on the first play of the ball game. Sets up Navy with a 2nd and 2.
From their own 33-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Midshipmen coming out of the huddle on 2nd and 2 with 2 tight ends and a fullback with the halfback in the backfield. Handoff up the gut, gets the first down and a few more. Malcolm Perry goes forward for 6. Going to be 1st and 10, Navy Midshipmen here in the early going.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Out of the huddle they come in 11 personnel with a tight end and a halfback. Back to pass goes Hayes. Finds Perry, the halfback, out of the backfield. He picks up 2 on 1st down. Now going to be 2nd and 8.
It's second down, 8 to go. Ball on the 41-yard line.
Twin tight ends once again. Eye tight for Navy. Back to pass goes Hayes. Looks on the drag route from left to right, and Henry picks up 4. Going to be 3rd and 4 on the next play.
From their own 44-yard line.
Coming out on the 44 on the first drive of the game, Navy facing a 3rd and 4. Hayes looking, hits the slant to McKinley over the middle. He picks up the first down and quite a few more before a gang of tacklers takes him down on the 17-yard gain. Defense clearly not keying on him. Navy finding the weakness, exploiting it for a first down into enemy territory. Well into enemy territory at the 39.
From the 39-yard line, it's first down.
1st and 10 for the midshipmen. They come out with twin tight ends. Hayes on the handoff up the gut, and Perry gets a yard before being tackled. He's got 2 for 7. We're a few minutes into the game. It's now 2nd and 9 from the 38.
Second down and 9 to go.
Navy coming out in 11 personnel. It's the shotgun wide trips facing off against 3 down linemen. Looks like a 3-3 nickel with a defensive back coming out near the line of scrimmage. No, that's 4 down linemen. That is a 4-3 over, and Navy picks up 4 against it. They're going to call it 5. Malcolm Perry falls forward. Now going to be 3rd and 5 from the 33-yard line. Just about the edge of Navy's kicking range. They'd like to convert here and keep going.
Here's the 8th play of the series. A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers.
5 wide receivers for the middies. As Perry takes the snap, drops back, rolls left, looks, and it's tipped. The ball will remain on the 33-yard line here in the first quarter. Coach Ninja is going to take a look at his depth chart, see what kind of legs he has available. It's going to be about a 50-yard kick. Going to need about 83, 84 power, assuming the wind is inconsequential. Scott Rawls with 98 power, the sophomore redshirt kicker, somebody that Navy recruited heavily, going to come into play right here.
They'll call on the field goal unit.
5 miles an hour against. Going to have to angle it down just a touch. Kick is up, and it curls to the left. Going to be wide left. We see some scores around the country. Number 9, UCF. That was Coach Jay Bark last season. His legacy lives on as they beat Maryland in College Park by a touchdown. UCF getting off to the winning start at 1-0. Our game here tonight remains scoreless, although we are in the early going. And Navy's defense has been playing well so far. Handoff to Sims up the gut. He breaks a tackle and the third tackler gets him. It's a 19-yard gain. And that's going to move the ball forward a little bit, but Texas Tech just barely across the midfield stripe. To the 48. Going to be 1st and 10, and we'll see how Navy responds.
From the 48-yard line, 1st down.
4 down, lining for the midshipmen in the 4-3 over. Little nearing the line of scrimmage, comes into the backfield from behind, and it's the middle linebacker who takes down Sims after a 6-yard gain. Now going to be 2nd and 4 from the 42-yard line of the midshipmen, as Texas Tech needs 12 feet. Navy trying to resist.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down.
4-3 over, Little creeping up. Texas Tech in a shotgun spread. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage. An excellent play on Woods' first pass. The left end coming in, jumping up and deflecting that ball. Now going to be 3rd and 4 as the Navy defense hoping to make the right call. Wide open on the left side is on the right side is Harden. He picks up 39 yards, going to convert on that big 3rd down play. Well inside the 5, just outside the goal line. Here in the early going.
First down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line.
1st and goal from the 2-yard line, 1.5-yard line, it looks like. And Texas Tech still coming out with 4 wide receivers and 1 halfback. Woods looking and throwing into the end zone. It's a touchdown to Terry Harden for 2 yards. And Texas Tech strikes first blood. 6 points, awaiting the extra point on their opening drive of the ball game. Navy, having shown they can get first downs against this team, will look to continue that on their second offensive drive and respond.
Warren has the ball set, and he looks ready to kick this one deep. He's to the 20. Whoa, he just took a licking.
Almost to the 20-yard line he goes. Going to be 1st and 10, Navy football, on their second drive of the game as those raindrops keep falling on our heads.
You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play.
Shotgun wide trips for the midshipmen. Handoff up the gut to Perry. Finds the hole, slips through the gap, and picks up 10. Going to be 2nd and inches. Every coach's favorite down and distance.
It's 2nd down, and they're about the length of the football from the 1st down marker.
Out of the huddle come the midshipmen. Wide receiver in motion. Hayes takes the snap and finds Lee, Amir Lee, picking up a 12-yard catch. That's his first reception of the ball game. One of the impact players for Navy coming into this contest. A producer for the midshipman offense last season. Hayes under center in a twin tight end set. It's the eye tight facing off against 4 down linemen. Handoff up the gut to Perry. Perry falls forward, picks up 6. Going to be 2nd and 4 on this Navy possession.
So it's 2nd down now. They need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Shotgun split big. 2 tight ends, 2 halfbacks in the backfield. 4-3 over for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Quarterback keeper by Hayes. Spin move. Breaks to the outside. Another spin move. Picks up an extra 25 yards. And Reggie Hayes only goes out of bounds after a 44-yard gain. Massive play for this year's starting quarterback for the midshipman, Reggie Hayes. The ball now rests just inside the 10-yard line. They're going to call it 1st and goal. Shotgun set with 1 halfback. And it's the give up the gut to Perry. He picks up positive yards. They're going to call it, looks like about 5. Going to be 2nd and goal from the 5. As the rain continues to come down here in Lubbock, Texas. That black end zone awaiting an arrival that may or may not come. Navy knocking on the door. Going to be 2nd and goal as we open the 2nd frame. It's 7-0 Texas Tech at home at the end of the 1st quarter. But Navy knocking on the door. From the 5-yard line they go. Shotgun single back set. Back to pass goes Hayes. Looking, finds the halfback over the middle. Perry on the angle route. It's a touchdown for the midshipmen. And the Saskatchewan Roughriders score a single off of the kickoff. Doesn't count in this game, though, as Navy exits the huddle with Texas Tech having the football here on 1st down. Back to pass and complete on the slant from left to right. TJ Vasher. That's his 1st catch of the football game.
From their own 36-yard line. 1st down.
Pistol set. Woods back to pass. Finds Vasher again. Breaks the tackle. And he's off to the races. Touchdown, Texas Tech. TJ Vasher, a 64-yard gain. He's going to have about 80 yards and 2 catches and 1 touchdown. Already making his mark. The defense did not elect to spotlight him and paid the price.
And he adds the extra point.
Now in their 3rd possession, the midshipmen will attempt to do the same thing they did on their 2nd possession. which is to say take the football down the field and put it in the end zone. On the return comes Perry. In the middle of the field he goes. He gets good yardage. It's a 27-yard return, and Navy will start with respectable field position here early in the second quarter on their third possession. Texas Tech at home has the momentum. Navy's going to have to be careful and not take too many close calls as they try to respond here on this drive. Up the gut goes Perry. Good hole, good blocking. Picks up 4 yards in a power set. You'll take that every time when you come out in bunch. The offensive line for Navy carving out a beachhead for Perry to run into.
It's 2nd and 6. Ball on their own 30.
Hayes takes the snap, looks, finds Perry out of the backfield. Good play, good spin, picks up extra yards. Going to be a 15-yard gain and a fresh set of downs for your Navy midshipmen. First and 10, and the midshipmen come out of the huddle. They've got 5 receivers coming out. Texas Tech responding with the dime. Richards gets the completion. Doesn't get any yards on the play, but keeps the defense honest. They know what they're going to have to cover against that formation on the next play. We'll see if Navy uses that to their advantage several turns down the dial. That was a rare formation for the midshipmen. They don't call that formation every time going for the middle slant, so they have other options out of that same look. Now on 2nd and 10, Navy coming out with a twin tight end set. Play action pass. Hayes looks, finds Lee, makes the catch in traffic. He does have good catch in traffic rating, and he shows it off there. There were multiple defenders nearby, but he hangs onto the football and also falls forward for a few yards. Ball now sits at the 30. 1st and 10 for the midshipmen.
From the 30-yard line. First down.
Flexbone, man in motion. A lot of traffic there. Reggie Hayes elects to take the safe route, not risk the pitch. He had to deal with the defender awfully quickly. It's not the look you necessarily want to see on that flexbone, but it looks like maybe Texas Tech just happened to have the right call on that particular play. Coming out now with 2nd and 9, Navy in field goal range already, trailing by 7. Handoff up the gut. They're not looking for it, and Perry picks up 6, probably 6.5. They're going to call it 3rd and 3. It might be 3rd and 2.5. Allows you a few more options than 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 5. They're going to call it 3. It might be a couple of inches short, but it's about 3. Navy coming out in the shotgun Y trips. Quarterback keeper Hayes he's got the first down. Tackled after a gain of 9. And Navy continues to march forward. First and 10. We're about halfway through the second quarter. Shotgun split big. Hayes on the quarterback keeper. Picks up positive yards. It's worth 4 yards. And that's going to set up Navy with 2nd and 6 from the 10-yard line, trailing by a touchdown.
This is the 9th play of this drive.
Navy coming out in the night tight. Texas Tech responding with a 4-3. Hayes finds the crossing route. Lee breaks the tackle, and that's a touchdown. Not only does Lee break the tackle, but he's able to stretch the ball forward with his right hand from about the 1-yard line and get the first down, and then also right here, get into the end zone with the stretch. A key play by Amir Lee. Big touchdown for the Navy midshipmen. After the touchback, Texas Tech is going to take over at their own 25-yard line here in this tie football game. Finds the crossing route, and Xavier Martin picks up 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4 from the 31-yard line. There's a little bit over 3 minutes left here in the first half of what has been a close contest so far. Slant route, Antoine Wesley picks up 11 yards. His first catch of the ball game. It's going to extend the Texas Tech drive out to their own 42. We're under the 3-minute mark. Both teams still with 3 timeouts.
From their own 42-yard line, it's first down.
And there's a lot going on there. Let's see what the call is. Offsides on the defense is what the call is. It's going to be 1st and 5. A free 5-yard gain, no time off the clock. A little bit of extra rest for the defense, perhaps.
From their own 47-yard line, first down.
1st and 5. The clock is moving. Throws it on the 3-yard out. Harden picks up the first down and a few more. It's a 10-yard gain. That's his 3rd catch for 51 and a touchdown. Harden, probably the 2nd most dangerous player on offense behind TJ Vasher. Harden gets back-to-back catches. That one's worth 4. The clock is moving. Texas Tech doesn't look like they're going to call a timeout. And they're not going no huddle. Clock still moving. We're going to tick inside of 2 minutes before the snap. Caught by Harden, his 3rd consecutive catch, breaks one, but the second tackler's right there. Going to limit him to another first down catch. Limits him from a huge play, but it is a nice play that gives Texas Tech a 1st and 10. We're now inside the 2-minute mark, both teams with 3 timeouts. The ball resting at the 25-yard line on the right hash.
To go. Ball on the 25-yard line.
Dime set up by the midshipman. Screen pass out to the left side. Navy loses on the tackling battle, but they do hold the play short of a first down. That's going to force Texas Tech to use their first timeout. The ball now resting on the 16-yard line.
Second down now, and they're just a few feet away from that first down marker. A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers.
Spread set for the Red Raiders. Woods looking. Has to scramble. Breaks a tackle, but not the second and third. It is a sack by the midshipman defense. Now on 3rd down. Looking, Woods scrambling. The defense is there. It's another sack, and a timeout will stop the clock as Navy is going to have an opportunity here. Out of the end zone comes Manson. He's way up the field. Past the 50, to the 40, to the 30, 25, 10, 15. That's a touchdown as long as he wants it. It doesn't look like there's a flag on the play. And Paul Manson takes the football all the way down the field. A massive special teams play by the Navy midshipmen. Gives them a boost in energy, a boost in momentum. And they still have a timeout with 1:03. If Texas Tech takes some chances here and tries to run a 2-minute drill, if Navy can hold to at least one, if not 2 incompletions. If. 20-17, Navy's going to take the 4-point lead here with 1:03 before the half. It's up and it's good, and Navy has the lead. Texas Tech has 2 timeouts. They're about to receive the ball.
Navy lines up for the kickoff. Nice kick, plenty of distance.
Into the end zone it goes. No need to be taken. Vasher's 75 yards and a touchdown, almost equal to the rest of the team.
Well, they've done a good job of getting their receiver involved, and he's put up some numbers, but the problem is they're not finishing off these drives and putting points up on the board, and that's where I think some of these other targets are going to have to be able to come up, especially once they move the ball, they get into plus territory. Where's another receiver?
1st and 10, 1:03 to go.
Take some of the pressure off. They've got to come up with some other answers at halftime here.
Thomas breaks through. Martin is tackled. They don't call it short. However, Texas Tech still takes the timeout at the 58-second mark. That's their first timeout. The ball's still at the 35-yard line. Still well inside Texas Tech territory. Navy defense trying to hold on to take the lead into the half.
First down. Defense goes with the extra defensive backs as the offense comes up 5 wide. Throws it to the outside.
On the go route, and Wesley is tackled. Antoine Wesley brought down on a shoestring tackle following a 43-yard gain. Navy still with a hope to hold them to 3.
Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. He throws right.
Intercepted by Anawoha in the end zone. He's tackled in the paint. It's going to be 1st and 10 Navy football with 1 timeout with 45 seconds. And Anawoha coming up with a huge interception. He is a longtime veteran of this Navy defense, and his awareness coming into the fray right there. Navy having an opportunity here to build on their momentum.
Navy is up 4.
Shotgun split big. Out to the outside goes Hayes. It's not quite a first down. It's going to be short, and Navy with 1 timeout. We'll see if they call it here. They do, and they save some time on the clock. There's 38 seconds. 2nd and inches allows them a lot of options. This might be one of the few times this drive they have multiple options. Second and inches. They come out in a spread set. 38 seconds left. They're ahead by 4. Hayes takes the snap, looks, finds the underneath route. McKinley picks up the first down and lots more. An extra 4 or 5 yards after the catch. Gets tackled. It's going to be no huddle time for the midshipman. Reggie Hayes so far 11 out of 12, 111 yards for 2 touchdowns. Navy trying to get something going here right before the half. It's a scramble to the left side. Well called, and Hayes gets out of bounds. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a growing addition to Coach Ninja's playbook. It's what you call coach growth right there on that particular play. It may or may not result in points, but you'll love to see something like that.
It's 1st and 10.
25 seconds, no timeouts. Navy coming out in twin tight end set. P.A. Power looking, finds Lee, picks up the first down and more. He's into the end zone. There's a flag on the play. Let's see who it's on. They're going to call clipping, but is it before or after the first down? It is after the first down. That's going to be a running clock when the ball is spotted. 18 seconds left, 1st and 10. Ball at the 33-yard line.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line. Navy is up by 4.
Hayes on the play action, looking. Finds the underneath man. He can't get out of bounds. They might be able to get a throw into the end zone. I doubt they'll get a spike.
Yeah, he has to cross the front. Yeah.
However, Navy has the lead at the end of the first half.
Halftime here, and we really saw some offensive fireworks in that first half. The midshipmen lead 21-17.
No, you need to calm down if you're trying to rush that.
We're going to pause for about 120 seconds. We'll be right back after a couple of minutes to an exciting second half as Navy holds the lead 21-17 going into the break.
David Pollock here in just went down in the first 30 minutes. We've been looking forward to this game all week, and it has lived up to billing. A close game. You feel like it is going to be a great second
first half and a tight ball game.
Second half underway now as Navy kicks off to Texas Tech here in Lubbock, Texas.
There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual.
Navy responding to Texas Tech's spread set with the dime set. We'll see how it transpires. Back to Pascoe's Woods. Finds the corner route, a tough route to stop, especially if they don't go to the well too often. It's going to get Texas Tech off to a good start on the first play, but they're still inside their 40 at the 38.
From their own 38-yard line, it's first down.
Both teams equal in first downs. Navy coming out again in a spread defense. Two receivers bump into each other. It results in Sam Woods' third incompletion. Two of those have been true incompletions. One's been an interception. Other than those three errant passes, he's been excellent. But now, facing a 2nd and 10. Handoff up the gut to Sims. Breaks one tackle. Looks like he was about to break the first tackle, but the second defender arrived there just in time. Takes him down. Now going to be 3rd and 7. Spread set for both teams. Thomas breaks into the backfield, but the pass goes over the middle to Harden. It's a 16-yard gain. And that's his 6th catch for 86 yards. He's got 6 of the 14 completions from Woods. That's a few more catches than the star wide receiver. Harden becoming the go-to guy here so far for the Texas Tech offense. Now going to be 1st and 10 on Navy's 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, first down.
Blitz by the Navy defense. Forces a quick pass to the sideline. It's going to be good for 3 yards to Harden. That's his 7th catch for 89 yards and a touchdown. Now 2nd and 7 from the 39. Interesting point in the field. Interesting down and distance. Could have a couple of important plays coming here.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Spread set by Texas Tech. Throws to the sideline, and it's complete to Martin, but a good open field tackle by number 22 for Navy. Holds him short of the first down. Now going to be 3rd and 2. Three defense for the midshipmen. Fake handoff up the gut, looking to pass, and they're going to call it complete. TJ Vasher comes through once again. He's got 3 catches for 89 yards. He hasn't been very vocal except when he's been vocal. Big conversion there for the Texas Tech offense. Something for Navy to watch out for in the next 3rd down. Could be keying in on Vasher. Could be an opportunity for the Navy defense to respond quite nicely. This scramble by Woods gets inside the 10, but he is tackled inbounds with good contact. And it's going to be 1st and goal. We'll see if Texas Tech goes no huddle. They don't. They know their quarterback is tired.
And this is the 9th play of the current drive.
2 teams coming out in spread sets. Woods back to pass, looking, a lot of good protection, but it doesn't count for much as it's an interception in the end zone. Sir Davos coming up with a huge play. Interception in the end zone, and unbelievably, Texas Tech is going to come away from that drive with no points to start the second half. Navy with the lead and the football. You know this drive is crucial.
From their own 20-yard line, first down. Navy holds a 4-point lead.
Twin tight end set. Crossing route by Lee. Picks up good yardage. 6 yards on first down. Now going to be 2nd and 4.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Twin tight end set. Up the gut goes Perry. Defense waiting for it. No gain on the play. Now going to be 3rd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 3rd down.
3rd and 4 for the midshipmen. Back to pass goes Hayes. It's intercepted over the middle. The impact player, Wk2, for Texas Tech, and the turnover pendulum swings back towards the Red Raiders' favored as Jonathan Wk2 picks off the interception and gives Texas Tech good field position at the Navy 26-yard line.
From the 26-yard line, it's 1st down.
4 down lineman for the midshipmen. We'll see what the defense does here. Good pressure, but the quarterback finds the open man. It's good for the 1st down as he stumbles out of bounds. Going to be a fresh set of downs inside the 20. We know this is where the computer likes to run the football. They do have a good running back.
First and 10. Ball on the 16-yard line. So they're back in the red.
Dime defense by the midshipmen. Back to pass goes Wood. Finds the angle route to the halfback, and Sims scores the touchdown. Going to be a 2-point lead by the Red Raiders, and 3 awaiting the extra point.
Trying to go up by 3. They'll kick the extra point. He splits the uprights with the extra point. Let's go to the studio for this Reese Davis update.
The Bulldogs came into the day ranked 12th. All those who said they weren't that good now have plenty of ammunition. And for Oklahoma, they start the season with a victory.
He just drills this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Texas Tech's coaching staff's got to be excited. Their game plan was to get it in this guy's hands, and they've done a great job of it.
Well, they've done a really good job of getting the football, and they've come up with a variety of ways of putting the ball in his hands. And I think you combine the scheme with this young man's abilities, it's no wonder he's having such a big game.
Quarterback couldn't maintain possession.
24-21, Texas Tech ahead here in the middle of the 3rd quarter.
He just needs to focus on not forcing the ball to his receivers.
Read option, keeper by Hayes. Picks up the 1st down and more. It's an 11-yard gain to get this drive started. Solid play by the midshipmen.
Not to pitch. He saw a break in the defense and just hit it for a big gain.
1st down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 36.
Coming out of the huddle. Continuing the drive. Hayes finds Perry out of the backfield. It's good for the 1st down and more. It's a 14-yard gain. And Navy continues to march forward. All the time in the world, studious, concentrated, thoughtful Navy offense coming out following 2 consecutive 1st downs. Shotgun split big. 4 down lineman for Texas Tech. Gets the pitch off. Excellent pitch by Hayes. Phenomenal pitch by Hayes. And Bright, Joe Bright, picks up a huge 36-yard gain as Reggie Hayes finds a way to get the pitch off. It was key, it was crucial, it was big. And Navy now inside the red zone of the Red Raiders.
First and 10 after the big run.
3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Navy coming out in a twin tight end set. Up the gut to Bright. Bright picks up about, they're going to call it 3. It looked like about 4. I'm willing to bet that that's actually 6.5 on second down and not exactly 7.
From the 10-yard line.
Second and 7. Navy with the football. Play action pass by Hayes, rolling to the right. Defender deflects the pass. And now it's going to be 3rd and 7. Navy trails by 3. They'd like to get the first down or the touchdown, but they're not going to give up the field goal attempt here.
Third down and 7. Ball on the 10. And they've got the dime package in there to try and deal with this.
5 wide receivers on 3rd and 7.
Scrambling around. And they get the sack.
Reggie Hayes gets sacked for a loss of 12, but it's still well inside field goal range for the midshipmen. They trail by 3. Expect to see the special teams unit on the field here for this 39-yard field goal attempt. It is going to be on the right hash, and we'll see what the wind looks like. It's against them, but they've got good distance with their kicker. This is simply a matter of making sure it's accurate. Kick is up and good, right down the pipeline. And just like that, we've got a tie ball game here late in the third quarter, coming to you live from Lubbock, Texas.
As his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. He sends this one deep. Both these offenses stepping up and answering the bell. Who's going to blink first here?
Exactly right. I've just been impressed with the way they've been able to execute. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on them. Anytime you're feeling that the other offense can put points up on the board, there's a tendency to want to press. Neither one has done that up to this point, and right now it's going to come down to who can continue to execute and put points up.
24-24 ball game here late in the third quarter. 1:38 on the clock as Navy kicks off to the Red Raiders.
You don't want to squander any possessions, but maybe now's the right
Leaving
time to dip into your bag of
Texas Tech with 1st and 10 on their own 25. Back to pass goes Woods. Finds the receiver to the left side. He's short of the first down. No doubt going to be no huddle. It's 100 yards for Harden. It is not no huddle. Texas Tech gives Navy a rest. It's tied at 24. There's 2 yards to go for the first down.
It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks.
Shotgun set, single back set. Woods looking. Throws to the sidelines. Decent pass rush by Navy from the men who came forward. It took good play from the 90 awareness quarterback for Texas Tech to make a play out of that. It was an accurate throw, but it was short distance. And if Navy can hold them to short distance plays, then one play can turn this football game. Out of bounds to the left side for 5. Going to be 2nd and 5 for the Red Raiders as Sam Woods, now 22 out of 26. Over 300 yards, however, does have 2 interceptions.
From their own 42-yard line.
Out of the huddle they come, less than a minute to go in the third. Both teams with the spread set. Texas Tech on offense. Back to pass goes Woods. Looks. Finds a man on the right sideline deep, and Wesley's going to score on that particular play. And despite some good defense by Navy on the early part of the drive, one deep pass cuts them open. It results in a lead for Texas Tech. But if Navy can respond, one must assume that Texas Tech won't be able to do that all day. The challenge now up to the Navy offense. Plenty of time left in this football game. They would love nothing more than to put the pressure back on Texas Tech's offense.
I love the competitive spirit that we're seeing out on this field today. It looks like one team has the upper hand, and then the other comes right back in to be able to regain the lead.
It's a one-score game here with 36 seconds left in the third. Navy coming out in a split big shotgun set. Audibles at the line of scrimmage. Goes short side of the field. Gets positive yards. It's good for a gain of 1. And it looks like Navy's going to get one more play off before the end of the third. It's going to be 2nd and 9 here on this particular drive. Caught by Lee. That's a solid 8-yard catch to end the third quarter. We go to the fourth. Navy facing a 3rd and 1 thanks to that big catch by Amir Lee. Fourth and 1 for the midshipmen here in the fourth quarter. Up the gut goes Scott. He's got the first down. Navy will continue with possession.
Rumbled ahead and got him a first down.
Caught by Perry out of the backfield. Makes a good cut upfield. It's going to be good for the first down and more. As Perry was open on that particular play out of the backfield. Took a little bit of juice out of him, but well worth the 14 yards. Here in the early going of the fourth quarter. On the road, your midshipmen down by a touchdown. Read option quarterback keeper Hayes picks up good yardage. It's a 4-yard gain, going to be 2nd and 6. And essentially, Navy with 3 downs to get 6 yards. They can call anything they want to. They can keep them honest. They can pound them. The world is their oyster in this situation.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 45.
Coming out in the shotgun split big. Fakes up the gut, keeps up the middle, and Reggie Hayes picks up 5. Going to be 3rd and 1. Navy once again in 4-down territory, trailing by 7, have 2 downs to get 1 yard.
And this is the 8th play of the drive.
Spread set, 5 wide receivers for the midshipmen. Incomplete pass on 3rd down. Now going to be 4th and 1 from midfield.
Well, folks, 4th down again, and it looks like they're going to go for it again. 5 wide.
Caught by Richards. It's good for the 1st down. And with 5 minutes and 3/4, Navy continues to fight.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 46.
Handoff up the gut to Perry. Defense wasn't ready for it. It counts for 10. Going to be every coach's favorite down in the distance. 2nd and inches. All sorts of opportunities for the Navy offense to set something up for a few plays down the road.
Here's the 11th play of the drive.
Coming out with 4 wide receivers and a halfback. Up the gut they go. It's good for the 1st down.
Makes it out to about the 29. That's a gain of 8 on the play. 1st down.
Good conversion there by the Navy offense. They continue to march.
1st and 10. Ball on the 29-yard line.
Caught by Lee. He picks up 3. He's got 6 catches for 64 yards. Looks like Navy's going to go no huddle here. Twin tight end set, eye tight for the midshipman. Man in motion. Back to pass and complete to Lee. The impact player picks up 16 yards. Going to be a fresh set of downs. He's got 7 catches for 80 yards out of the tight end position. And Navy now finds themselves in the Texas Tech red zone, trailing by 7.
First and 10. Ball on the 10-yard line.
Shotgun, wide trips. 4-down lineman for Texas Tech. Caught by Perry out of the backfield. Good for 7. Now going to be 2nd and 3 as Perry picks up his 6th catch for 56 yards.
And the goal line defense digging in here.
Read option picks up a loss of 1. Reggie Hayes was well covered by the defense. Now going to be 3rd and 4 You figure it's still 2-down territory for Navy. They can't kick a field goal in this situation. So it's 2 downs to get 5 yards.
They're about 4 yards away here on 3rd down.
Back to pass goes Hayes. Finds the man. It's incomplete. Now going to be 4th and 4 from the 4. From the 5. They'll call it. So technically, Navy could get a first down inside the 1. But they need 4 to get there.
Well, they're 2 for 2 on 4th down so far on this drive. Why not
2:58 remaining in the football game.
backfield with 5 wide receivers.
Incomplete pass, and Texas Tech will take over. However, Navy does have 3 timeouts. Texas Tech is deep in their own territory. Navy has got to force a punt here. A first down on first down can protect the 3 timeouts by the midshipmen. But they're in a sticky situation here. The ball is at the 5-yard line. Texas Tech coming out in a spread set. Caught and tackled, and a timeout by Navy will make it 2nd and 9 with 2:46. Navy knows that Texas Tech is still quite nervous. The ball is inside their own 5. There'll be different play calls on this part of the field.
From their own 6-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Screen pass out to the left side. Caught by Sims. Breaks the tackle, but not the second. Another timeout by Navy. Forces 3rd and 7. Big stop here for the midshipmen. They trail by a touchdown. There's 2:41 remaining. The ball is at the 8-yard line. Texas Tech desperate for a first down. Navy desperate for a stop. Incomplete pass is going to save a timeout for Navy and prevent the first down. It is a 3 and out. It's the ideal scenario for the midshipmen. They're going to get the ball back with well over 2 minutes left. They had to spend 2 timeouts to do it. But with 2:35 remaining, they are still healthy.
This is one of the most frustrating things for defense, is just when you think you have him contained, he's athletic enough to get away from pressure, keep the play alive, and eventually make a big play. This guy is so versatile. As a defense, you just can't let your guard down because he can hurt you in so many different ways, and we've seen that today the way he's thrown.
11 personnel for the midshipmen. Caught by Perry over the middle. 2:24, 2:23. Navy's going to go no huddle. They're going to save their timeout, but call their play quickly.
From the 35-yard line, it's 2nd down. A little more than 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Incomplete pass, but they did avoid the sack. It's now 3rd and 6, once again in a 2-down scenario. Navy needs 6 yards on 2 plays. Quarterback scramble might work here. If there's a guy wide open, that might work too. Out to the left goes Hayes. Gets the first down. Gets out of bounds. With 1:56, that's inside 2 minutes. That's going to give Navy a full rest on this play. A key conversion by the Navy offense. They have the opportunity now to catch their breath, take a few extra seconds. It's not as pressured as other downs.
First down, 10 yards.
First and 10. Navy coming out of the 24-yard line.
5 wide receivers.
Hayes goes to the left. Can't find anybody. Throws it away. The smart call. Good play by the Navy offense. It doesn't count in any yards, but it gives Hayes rest after this play. He did take a hit, but with the clock stopped, that affords him a little bit of extra rest. And if Navy times this out correctly and comes out on the field, they should be able to get him back to somewhat of a human being. Otherwise, they're going to have to call a read option or some kind of a play that protects Reggie Hayes. 10 seconds now on the play clock.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 25-yard line. Just under 2 to go in the game.
Handoff up the gut to Perry. Good call by Navy. Saves Hayes contact. The no huddle here, not quite necessary, as Navy does have 2 downs to get these 3 yards. Complete over the middle to Henry. Good for the first down, and Navy can catch their breath. There's still plenty of time.
That makes it first and 10. It's first and 10. Ball on the 12.
Oh, but I can't do that.
Interception over the middle. It's the second turnover of the day for Navy. It ties the turnover battle at 2-2. Piccone with his second interception from the linebacker position. And Texas Tech's going to take over on their own 7-yard line. 1:07 remaining. As long as Navy doesn't call a timeout, they'll still call regular plays. The only hope that Navy has is to get a strip. There's the final timeout. Now we can expect a couple of knees from Texas Tech. Going to be third down now, and if it's an incompletion, Navy will have a punt return. If it's a sack or a completion or any kind of play that keeps the clock live, this football game is over. It is a handoff up the gut. It is a live ball, and that will end the football game. Texas Tech will win 31-24. Navy did the best they could on the road against a bowl team from a power conference. But in the early going here of season 15, Navy takes the out-of-conference loss, losing by 7. We expect, with other teams in the American Conference potentially not being quite as good as they were last year, that this year's Navy team will be a contender in the American, regardless of this scoreline, this particular non-conference scoreline. Navy last year went 8-5, picked up the bowl win, and this year expects to pick up an extra game or 2. Those hopes are still alive, as Navy will hope to excel in conference play. 0-1 in the year in the early going. Navy suffers a tough setback on the road against a good bowl team. We hope you'll join us next week. We'll give you an inside preview look at the schedule for next week's games, as both Navy and Syracuse potentially in action. Taking a look at week 3. We've got Syracuse at Fresno State. That's going to be a user game. And App State against Navy, also going to be a user game. So if you follow League 1 action, next week's going to be pretty exciting. We're going to have 2 user games. One against an opponent in Ohio. Another against an opponent in Florida. We thank you for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope to catch you next week. Happy Memorial Day. Much respect and gratitude to those American citizens who have served in our armed forces. And please do remember that this weekend. We hope you have a great week. Kick its ass.